Yo, I'm HP and today I'm going to talk about bottleneck in the style a little bit of Ry Cooder from that famous movie Paris, Texas, Texas, Paris, I think Paris, Texas. Yeah, a few tricks. I'll play with this here, not the finger, I mean this bottleneck. So if you don't have a bottleneck, there are different types. If you don't have a bottleneck at home, you can also use, there was an advert some time ago where a guy played with a Coca-Cola bottle. Works as well, but I tried it myself. Then any kind of thing out of glass or metal works as a bottleneck, but of course it's better when you have a bottleneck. You put it on your pinky. This is the best because then you have the other fingers free. You stabilize it with the other fingers, but very relaxed. And the trick is just lay it down. Don't press, just lay it on the strings. And finger picking is of course recommended because you have a much better touch for that. And you slide from below to the note you want on the fretboard and not in between as when you would press it. And then the typical thing is the vibrator. See this typical movement here? That's typical bottleneck stuff. So now let's check out some cool ideas in the Ry Cooder style. So let's check it out. Alright people, so let's first talk about the recommendations. First, to play bottleneck, it has to be extremely hot in your room. Why? Because then you cannot think anymore. And you don't think you need to play fast stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But this stuff is really good for like in the summertime, as it is just now here in Switzerland. It's really extremely hot here again. But I did a video the other day. It was really too hot. So we have a drop D tuning, meaning the low E string is tuned down on a D, and that has the big advantage. Then you have a power chord on the low 3 strings, and we can slide them. Try that first. You can even play Smoke on the Water. If you want, with the bottleneck on the lowest 3 strings. Now you have to think in terms of D, because it's low D tuning. So the reference chord is this one here, the D. Any kind of chord which is in one row where you can easily make the typical sliding movements. Yeah, and sound settings is a little bit distorted guitar, very important. See, when you attack harder, you have more distortion. If you don't attack softer, sounds like a clean guitar. Some delay on it, and that's it. The rest we're doing on the fretboard and with the fingers. So first we play this chord, this D, and with the finger picking, of course, thumb for the low, then ring, middle finger, index finger. That does really work when I have to do the finger picking here, but just as you see it. See, very cool. What is also cool, make a vibrator like this as an underscore tone. Just think about this hot summer day where you hardly can move, and then you have the right mood for bottleneck. So we're playing this D chord, then we're playing this D chord, this one here, 5th, 4th fret, and slide each the single. And that's a little bit tricky, that you have the right feeling for the bottleneck, that you really, when you play in different positions, you really have to take it with the top part of the bottleneck, that you don't touch the open string here, like in this case where you play the D here on the A string. Because when you go too high, of course, the bass note is gone. And the rest is really the movement of your vibrato. So we can make like this little movement. 4, 5, 7. You can sing it. 4, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 4, 5. Oh wow, I didn't know I could sing that low. I think that was the easiest way to show you the frets which I'm sliding during playing. And which is very cool is that ended up, you play the low 3 strings open and slide into 3. Yeah, so we have now I can improvise. Seven, 5, 7, 7, 4, 5. And then you can make it. That one is my really favorite thing. So the trick is with the finger picking. You make first bass and then the upper 2. Bass, slide in. First the bass, then you slide the upper 2 in. I really love that one. Now when you want to play more melody notes, you don't play pentatonics, you play the major scale. Something like this here, which is in D major. 7, 8, 10, 8, 7. I can do the singing for the frets. That's cool. I can practice a little bit of singing. And always in between you take the bass now with the thumb. What is also cool, and when you have this motion in the tone, when you play 5, 7, 8, 10, first you attack soft and even harder, that the distortion comes out. And now comes a trick. When you want to play other stuff in between, you can play normal, that's why you need the other fingers free. Like in this case, I play a C. So you play C, just press in the 3rd fret, open G, open E string. G, here press in the 5th now, because we have dropped D, the G is now in the 5th fret, then open D and open B string. And then, yeah, that's really the cool part. And think about a really hot, hot, hot summer. Now the C. Make vibrato with the entire guitar. This case, you press a little bit here with this arm and make a little vibrato with the entire guitar to simulate the bottleneck technique. Don't exaggerate, because then you put it too hard, just slightly. Yeah, that's how the way you play a really hot summer day with your bottleneck in the style of Ry Cooder. now I play a little groove. So you play double bass and then 7 7 0 7 0 7 4 5. So and then you make it like kind of a rhythm, but you always go over the open D string. And then in between you move here the low, these power chords F, G. So when now we play the entire thing, you keep it pretty simple. Keep your time, be relaxed, it's anyway, it's much too hot. Again. You notice the different tone when we have the slide on the G string or on the B string. So 10, 7, 7, 10, 7, 7, then C. Now comes the groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a little trick which I'm doing here. I make like a what's that actually? It's not really a damped noise, but I just hammer on the fret with the bottleneck, and this gives a extra percussive sound. Now you heard something. When you attack the low D string too hard, it gets out of tune. Really, you have to be very concentrated. You don't need to attack the low Ds. It's very sensitive if you attack it too hard, because then it just goes out of tune immediately. Yo, that's the really hot summer. So I really hope you enjoyed my little tutorial here about bottleneck in the style of a Ry Cooder, or any kind of, I think the Johnny Winter is also a good example for that one, but I personally really love Ry Cooder, the way he's making these really atmospheric things with the bottleneck. On the normal tune guitar, there are of course a lot of tricks with other tune guitars. But I think it's cool when you play on a normal tune guitar with drop D, because there you have a really punchy sound, that low sound, and you have the possibility with the power chords, but still the flexibility with the normal playing on the upper strings, which is pretty cool. And for blues it's far enough. Yeah, because some, I tell you, with some blues piano players, they always play in C, because it's only Y keys basically. Yeah, so that's about bottleneck guitar on this really hot song. I'm sweating, not here, but here it's completely wet. It's terrible. Ugh. Yeah, good. So enjoy it and slide in, slide up, slide up. Woohoo.